Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to take a look at the Mighty plug from NUX. I've featured a couple of different NUX products on the channel before, and I've been consistently impressed with them. But this, I think, takes the cake for the coolest idea, on paper at least, because this is an all-in-one amp modeler, Bluetooth audio streaming center, and basically it's a practice center for headphones. So as you can see, this bit right here plugs into your guitar's jack. This bit you connect a set of headphones to, and the rest of it can connect to an iOS or Android device via Bluetooth to control the Mighty Plug app or to stream Bluetooth audio from your service of choice. For example, if you wanted to jam along to Spotify backing tracks, you can do it with this. So I said that it comes with an app, but if you don't want to use the app, you can use this little button to cycle through a bunch of presets. But, you know, let's face it, what I do on the channel is I like to dive deep into things. So let's fire up the app on my iPad and let's actually have a listen to some of the tones in this thing. I've got the Mighty plug coming out of my output jack. I've actually connected a little headphone to 1/4" jack so that I can run it straight into my interface and record the direct audio. So what you're hearing is the direct output of the Mighty plug with no post-processing. And I have Bluetoothed it. Is Bluetoothed a word? It is for the purpose of this demo, to my iPad, and you can see the Mighty plug editor. So I can go through and pick between the different channels. For example, I'm on the clean channel right now. I can go through and select different amp models. I've got the Twin Reverb, the JC120, and the Tweed Deluxe models. I'm gonna just stick with the Twin Reverb. I can select various IRs, as you can see in here. There's, I'm guessing, like a couple of 4x12 IRs. This TR, I'm guessing, stands for Twin Reverb. There's basically an IR to match each amp model, which is kind of cool. Then you've got a modulation section. You can select between phaser, chorus, flanger, vibe, and tremolo. There are a couple of different delay modes, including a ping pong mode. Maybe let's go with ping pong delay, because I like that. And we've got a couple of different reverb options, as well as a gate and a pre-effect section. So I like plate reverb. Let's go with that, and I'll bring the mix down a little bit. Let's hear it, bridge pickup of my PRS. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Let's add that delay in there. And you can see the app is really nice and responsive, which I like too. That's a ping pong delay in stereo. That's pretty cool. I'll probably bring the mix down and the repeats down on that a little bit, and you can also just tap the tempo in, which is pretty cool. The modulation section, I mean, why not? Let's put a stereo chorus on to go with this, and maybe I'll select the JC120 model as well. I want to get a really, really kind of clean sound going on here, maybe like an 80s clean, because this is glorious in headphones. That's pretty nice. Let's turn the effects off and let's have a listen to some of the kind of overdrive models on there. So I'll just hit the overdrive switch, and we've got a choice between a Plexi and AC30 style amp, and I'm guessing the Lead 100 is like a Soldano style thing. Let's turn these pre-effects off. I'll also turn the reverb off, as well as the gate. So this is just going to be amp and IR. What IR do I have? A greenback IR. That kind of makes sense with a Plexi. Let's hear it on the bridge pickup. That's awesome. That shouldn't be that good. Let's hear the Vox. That one's pretty bright and zingy, and let's hear the lead 100. I'm expecting this to be ridiculous. That's ridiculous that that's coming out of this little plug. And finally, we've got the distorted amp models. We've got a choice between a Recto, I'm guessing the Fireman is like a Friedman style amp, and the VH4. Let's try the Fireman amp model. I'm gonna go with, what IR do we have? It looks like a V30 IR. So yeah, let's hear this straight up. I'm kind of not as into the Recto and the VH4 on this. I think I like the Plexi, that Solo 100, the Fireman, and that Twin Reverb in there. There's also an acoustic simulator in there, which contains some acoustic IRs. I think this is really cool. For example, if we go into the acoustic sim, there's a bunch of the NUX IRs which basically let you take your electric guitar and make it sound like an acoustic guitar. From memory, my favorite one in here is this Martin. I'm guessing the M stands for Martin. They also make something called the Optima Air, a pedal which I've got that I'm going to demo over the next couple of weeks. But for now, this is a, if you're playing with headphones and you're sticking this in your gig bag, it's a decent little acoustic simulation. Like I said, it's not the world's greatest acoustic guitar simulation, but it's good enough for what this is, I think. There's also a section where you can put some drum loops on. For example, if I wanted to practice with a metronome, I can just put that on. I've still got this acoustic sim on. Maybe I'll go over back to like a clean sound or something. So yeah, you've got drum loops in there. Then there's jam tracks that are built in. There's a bunch of backing tracks in here, as well as what they call artist tracks. For example, I'm going to put on this one because it says A Dorian, and I like Dorian. Very, very nifty. There's a bunch of different styles and modes in there. You can also set up the Mighty plug to stream Bluetooth audio. For example, if you wanted to go over to Spotify and you wanted to do something like, play your favorite Ragdoll song from their shameless plug. So, you put on Shine. which is absolutely awesome that you can just basically have this tiny little plug and it's an all-in-one practice center. Like all the NUX stuff, because it's so cheap and so well priced and you get so many features for the money you're spending, it's really hard to complain about this. I would say my only gripe is that it just kind of feels a tiny little bit plasticky. Not super plasticky, just a little bit. So if you were traveling with this or you wanted to throw it into like a gig bag, you might just want to be a little bit careful. And I haven't tested that, but that is pretty much the only thing that I can nitpick. Some of the amp models sound cartoonish and I wouldn't use them. Like I wasn't super impressed with the Recto. And again, at the price point, you know, what do you expect? I was pretty impressed by stuff like the twin reverb, the plexi, and that solo lead in there. And for me, if I was using this and I wanted to practice, they're the three sounds I would need: a pristine clean, a kind of crunchy sound, and then just a stupidly distorted, smooth lead sound. And it's all in there. And you get a metronome, and you get drum grooves, and you get backing tracks built in, and you can also stream audio. It's ridiculous. This is an all-in-one practice center, and it's this big. Yeah. I really don't have anything bad to say about it, especially at the price point. I think this is going to scratch an itch for a lot of players out there. You know, again, throw it in your gig bag, throw it in your luggage, you know, throw it in your pocket, and you can kind of go anywhere and practice silently. So yeah, that's the Mighty plug from NUX. If this is where this technology is going, I'm pretty excited because, you know, to have something like this 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, was just unimaginable. And now it's like, oh yeah, you can get that for under $100 American and fire it up and it sounds pretty good. So let me know what you thought about the Mighty plug in the comments and I will see you next time. Stay safe and be good to one another.